Welcome to today's video. My name's Angel, and due to the coronavirus and I can't make a lot of Coachella related videos and we can't go outside and I can't be interviewing people or creating a lot of content, I'm going to be making videos with daily updates on things that interested me and give you guys my opinion on certain topics. So some of today's news, we're going to start with the coronavirus because of course we want to know the numbers. So the recording of right now, there's about 9,280 people infected in the United States. 152 people have died and 108 people have recovered. So far the recoveries are not high as other countries, but hopefully we keep ramping up. And remember that these numbers might be even bigger because not a lot of people are getting tested, or some people might not have the symptoms yet. And in Mexico, there's about 93 people that have been infected and 4 people have been released cured of the symptoms, but no deaths. So right now Mexico doesn't have any deaths as of right now, as of the recording of this video. What's interesting and why I mentioned Mexico is that Canada and the US border just decided to close their borders to the north, so people going into Canada cannot go besides medical essentials like some kind of emergency.
This temporary closure to last, will it be weeks? Are you planning for months?
We talked about exactly that this morning, President Trump and I, to ensure that indeed our economies and our people that are so interconnected in so many different ways will be able to ensure the smooth flow of goods and essential.
Mexico might end up closing the southern border, and that'll be, I don't know, that's gonna even hurt the economy even more. Things are getting out of control. The stock market crashed again today. Some of the cruise ships are down like 80 to 95%. Like the stock market is nowhere. It's just gonna keep going down, guys. And the more negative news, the more we go into quarantine. I'm pretty sure, like right now, if you have a little bit of money to invest, would be a good time to buy. A lot of people have to stay home in quarantine. They just announced yesterday that schools are gonna be closed until April 30th. They might even just close the entire school year. Some colleges like Chico, they said they're gonna continue the classes online, and some people were gonna graduate this year from college. High school graduates, like, you guys are getting affected by this. In NBA news, Adam Silver came out today speaking on ESPN, talking about they're looking at different options, whether they're gonna restart the league with no fans in attendance. That's one of the options.
I sort of beginning of this interview, I mentioned the impact to me on the national psyche of having no sports programming on television. And one of the things we've been talking about, are there conditions in which a group of players could compete, and maybe it's for a giant fundraiser or just for the collective good of the people, that you take a subset of players, and is there a protocol in which they can be tested and quarantined or isolated in some way, and then they can compete against each other, just because, again, people are stuck at home.
And just bring some kind of entertainment, because he knows that there's a lack of sports, lack of entertainment, and that's what a lot of people use. A lot of us use sports to just like escape on the weekends or to just cheer on these teams. And it sucks right now that there's nothing going on, but I mean, there's bigger issues, bigger problems in sports. But we definitely would like some NBA games being played. And speaking of the NBA, they just announced the NBA League Pass is going to be free, I think, until April 30th. So you could watch any full games, everything NBA and WNBA. Wrestlemania has not canceled. It's gonna be in April. They're still scheduled to host Wrestlemania. Now they announced that Gronk is gonna be the host. I don't like it. I just don't think Gronk he's kind of annoying. Like, he's just a dumb guy. Like, I just don't see any appeal to this guy. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think about Gronk being the host of Wrestlemania. And is Wrestlemania even gonna happen? Like, Vince and Triple H, they're just trying to make this happen. They might just do it with an empty crowd, but they're not gonna miss the opportunity to just have WrestleMania. Like, Vince McMahon's not gonna stop unless the government forces him to. The NFL free agency has been insane. Tom Brady with the Buccaneers, Phillip Rivers, the Chargers quarterback, just went to the Colts. I'll be rooting for him. I hope he does good with the Colts. The Chargers have been making some moves in the offseason. We got a Pro Bowl right tackle, a Pro Bowl right guard. Pouncey should come back this year after injury. So there's going to be 3 Pro Bowlers in the offensive line. Also in the free agent market, we picked up Chris Harris Jr. from the Broncos, which now he's going to be part of the Chargers secondary, which makes it the best defense in the NFL. And we picked up a nose guard that's going to help us stop the run, which was one of the worst things that the Chargers, they couldn't stop the run last year. And we still hold the 6th pick overall. Could be Isaiah Simmons, maybe an offensive tackle, maybe a quarterback to replace Tyrod Taylor after this year. So Chargers making moves in the offseason. You love to see it because they never do anything. And lastly, the government passed the Defense Production Act, which means a lot of manufacturing plants, a lot of manufacturing is going to stop in order to wrap up production for the coronavirus tests, because there is a lack of tests in the United States and in the world in general. So they're going to do production of the tests, production of masks, production of gloves, everything that we need for this pandemic, because we're going to be living in this pandemic for a while. We're most likely, like, I already got a couple clients for my personal job. I do construction. They already canceled on us, and unlike other people, I don't get paid leave. Like, I need to work to make money. I'm gonna be making a lot more YouTube videos, and every time you watch and like one of my videos, you help me stay afloat, because I might not be able to work in a month, like if things keep getting worse. And also stay home. If you don't have to go outside, don't go outside. Only if you really need to go to a grocery store or the pharmacy or whatever, or an emergency. Let's kind of slow this thing down and just play our part, guys. So hopefully we'll be all right. I'll be making daily videos for you guys. My name is Angel, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you tomorrow.